Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, people of God. Depending on your location, please subscribe to this channel, like and share videos that you help us propagate the truth. Now the news update. There will be consequences for Anambra residents, communities who did not vote for Apga. Governor Soludo explodes. Governor Soludo of Anambra State has again threatened that there must be consequences for communities and people of the state who neither supported nor voted for the candidates of the ruling All Progressive Grand Alliance Apga in the Saturday, March 18 State Assembly, House of Assembly election in Anambra State. In a 1 minute and 53 seconds video seen by reporters, Governor Soludo standing in front of the government house where he spoke with some of his cabinet members, alluded to the time of the premier of Eastern Nigeria. During the First Republic, Michael Ihona Karakpara, popularly known as Emma Yokpara, on how he allegedly denied developmental projects from some parts of the Eastern region to those who did not support his political party, that's the National Council of Nigeria and the Cameroons, NCNC. Soludo said, I quote, "Let me tell you, M.I. Yokpara, M.I. Power, the story is that the NCNC, that's the National Council of Nigeria and the Cameroons, later changed to the National Convention of Nigeria Citizens, was laying pipes everywhere, and after voting, it happened that Inyi did not vote for the NCNC. He went back and took all the pipes that led at Inyi. Yes, he said that if you want this, it is NCNC that brought it. Before we finish giving people who voted and supported us, if money still remains, then we can look towards those who did not support us. So there must be consequences and there must be rewards." End of quote. You have seen what the governor is doing in Anambra State. The statement is inflammatory and provocative. The governor is saying that he will deny some investments or developmental projects in some parts of Anambra State, that he will not allow it to engender there. Yes, because they did not support Apga or did not vote for him. This man is trying to polarize the state. On a daily basis, he's making statements that will polarize Anambra. He is not a man that will bring peace at all. Those statements he has been making is not engendering peace. It's not bringing people together, communities together. Rather, he's tearing it apart. From the onset, he assumed office. The man started making comments that turned Anambra State into insecurity. From there, he's making those statements and he's continuing on it. After threatening Anambrarians before the polls, the House of Assembly polls, that for him to continue to deliver projects to them, which is their right, the resources is their own, not Soludo's own, that they must vote for Apga, House of Assembly members. That unless, that's the only way he, Soludo, can assure them that he will provide them infrastructure. What kind of administration is this? The money is not your money. Okay, now after the election, it's supposed to be, okay, let's see it as threats to intimidate people, which is very wrong and condemnable in its entirety. Now after that, you are saying that the people who voted should not, should be cast out of Anambra State. They are paying their tax. The resources is their own. Unless you not go and collect tax from that side. Yes, for alluding to M.I. Yokpara's stance during NCNC, that makes no meaning and it is senseless. Okay? So now these people are paying their tax and you are telling them that their tax, the resources from their tax will not be used to develop their communities. Now you have the federal allocations, you have ecological funds, you have a lot of things, and the borrowing you are still doing. Soludo is borrowing billions of naira. Now on the name of Anambra State. Yes, that is in the name of Anambra, not on his own name. And now, after borrowing this money in Anambra's name, you are telling some sections that you will not develop their community. You will not put infrastructure or public utilities there because they did not vote for Apga. Shame on you, Soludo. Shame on you. Yes, the man is dancing naked in the open. Sincerely speaking, we are yet to see the professorship in him. That thing that makes him professor. We have not seen it. We are still searching for it. And I bet you, I doubt we can find it until 4 years when he will leave that place. Yes, how can someone in 21st century be telling people, his own people, that after elections you're supposed to heal and bring people together? Because no, not all will vote for you. It's a democracy. It's an election, if you like, and then people will go and search their franchise and say, "Look, this is where I vote." And for a man in this 21st century who wouldn't accommodate that kind of process, it's not fit to be a governor. I tell you, it's not fit at all, because we are living a time when the society has developed. We have seen civility, so you have to accommodate shares of opinions. And the election is embedded there. That is when you see that, look, we cannot be at the same place at all times. People will have divergent views. Okay? Even in democracy, which they say they're practicing, is embedded there that the majority will have their way. But that will not stop the minority from having their say. So that means people will not even agree with the government of the day at all times. But because they are majority, they will lead. And now we are talking about people who decided that, look, this is where we're going to cast our votes, and which is allowed. And you are asking them, you are intimidating them, you are telling them how you're going to punish them for exercising their own franchise. So Anambrarians should look out for the dictator. It's out now. Dictator is in Anambra State. I tell you, quote me anywhere. A dictator is there and is trying to diminish the gains being recorded in Anambra State. In terms of unity, of purpose, yes, you can't see Anambra State being polarized. Anambra is always on the same page for development. That's why you go there, you see developments happening more than any state in the southeast. But this man has come to polarize the state, to make people to feel disgruntled and disenchanted in governance and what the people expect of them, the government to do. All right. When we are talking about marginalization in Nigeria, we have a governor who is marginalizing his own people in his own state, in their own communities, where they're supposed to be free and and live their life freely but lawful. Yes, and that is not what is happening. What is happening is that the governor is a dictator. He believes that he's as a governor, he's the all-knowing. Okay, as a governor, he knows everything. As a governor, he is an oracle that must be consulted at all times. And whatever he said stands. He is infallible. Okay, that is Professor Soludo.